Hi, everyone. Welcome back to your next experience with eventhi. So for those that are familiar with our previous show and the name, it was called the Cannabis Events Talk Show. We have now rebranded and enhanced our look and storyline for this show. So what is your next experience with eventhi? Your next experience with eventhi is a monthly web series where we are going to dive into the latest industry news and updates around cannabis events, tourism, and hospitality. Who is this show for? Are you an event organizer? Are you in the hospitality or tourism sector of the industry? Are you a venue owner? Or even a brand looking to stay informed around cannabis events, tourism, and travel? If so, this segment is for you. Again, this will be a monthly series. We are going to change it up each month. Sometimes we'll have guests. Sometimes it'll be just industry news, data insights, and so much more. For our first episode, we are going to be starting off with some industry news updates. And feel free to join the conversation. Let us know where you're tuning in from and just further the conversations and ask questions. I just wanted to pull up. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the compliment. Excited to have you here. Everyone else, feel free to join the conversation. As I mentioned, let us know where you're tuning in from. We are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So we are on all the places where you can find us. And now let's get to the news. Let's get to the important stuff around cannabis events and tourism. So we are kicking off with article number 1. So in Las Vegas, there is a new hotel for cannabis lovers, and they're joining the world's largest dispensary. Some of you have probably already heard this announcement before, but we've got some new updates to this announcement. So this is in regards to the Clarendon Hotel and Spa in Phoenix. They initially launched Arizona's first cannabis-friendly hotel. They also have properties throughout the Southwest, including a Motel 6 in Tucson, a few Best Westerns, a few Green Tree Inns as well. But the company's newest flagship is actually called the Lexi. It's in Las Vegas. That is a new name. A lot of you are all familiar with the Artisan Hotel. So now it's going to be called the Lexi. They are already home to several major dispensaries that they are working with. And after becoming the nation's top choice for live entertainment in tourism, culinary tourism, gaming tourism, and most recently, spectator sports tourism. So Elevations is actually the owners of these hotels, and they are in the process of converting the Artisan Hotel into the Lexi. It's scheduled to be completed sometime in April, just 3 months, and which is only 3 months away. So it's coming up very soon. And what they're going to be doing is, this is a multi-million dollar, not billion, rebrand and redesign. They're going to have a 64-room boutique hotel that will be the first in Las Vegas to introduce the idea of cannabis-friendly hospitality. Now, all guest rooms and suites have been completely redone and are essentially new, including an entire 4th floor that will be designated specifically to cannabis friendly. So if you want to go there and you do plan on consuming in your hotel, book on that 4th floor. On that level, each room is going to feature a state-of-the-art Restore air filtration system that employs advanced oxidation cell AOC technology. It's also worth noting that the rest of the hotel is not for smoking. And Elevation seeks to normalize the idea of cannabis in travel. So the Lexi is also focused on creating a premium hospitality concept for all guests. So we will keep you all updated with the Lexi. And obviously, once they have more updated pictures on what this whole new venue is going to look like, or this new hotel is going to look like, we will keep you in the loop. Patty, hello, Patty. Thanks for tuning in from San Diego. And Jackie, yes, this is a great concept. We're excited to see it. And look at that image they were able to already have. This is going to be very high-end, very luxury, but also just bringing in cannabis and creating and accepting our community. Now, next up is the Heading to Thailand soon. So, after easing the ban on the recreational drug, Thailand has created a weed Wild West. However, there has been some confusing rules. So, what are tourists allowed to do? Um, Now, we wanted to highlight this because, again, it's around cannabis, tourism, and travel. And we wanted to keep you all updated, especially those that have plans to go to Thailand soon. So, who can consume cannabis? People older than 20 and who are not pregnant or breastfeeding are legally allowed to consume cannabis in Thailand. Where can you consume it? Smoking can be done inside an individual's residence, and cannabis inside of food can also be consumed at a licensed restaurant. Smoking cannabis in public places such as schools, temples, and shopping malls can lead to a 25,000 baht, which is $750 in American dollars, a fine, and a 3-month prison sentence. So, again, do not consume in public places. As a rule, Chopaka says people should be aware of not encroaching on other people's spaces. Where can you buy it in Thailand? Now, there are more than 5,000 weed stores across the country selling the cannabis flowers, pre rolled joints, edibles, and the THC level is below 0.2% in these infused foods and in CBD oil. In cities such as Bangkok, dispensaries can easily be found, but they are trying to keep all things in reputable licensed places. So let's say you're going to be going to Thailand and you're staying there a little bit longer. Can you grow it? In order to cultivate cannabis, individuals must register with the country's Food and Drug Administration. A permit is also needed to use cannabis flower buds for research, export, or processing for commercial uses. And how much can you consume? So there's no limit to personal consumption. The ministry's guide does, however, advise against driving under consumption. And what remains prohibited? Tourists cannot enter or leave the country carrying any part of the plant or its seeds, as well as possession of extracts with a THC level higher than 0.2%, does require permission that tourists are unlikely to have. So Menachem says people who live here and use cannabis appropriately and responsibly would hope that the guests and visitors will respect Thailand and that the people around them and do things responsibly. So that's your lineup of do's and don'ts for Thailand. And next article that we're going to be covering is Hawaii representative announces plan to legalize cannabis in 2023. So, for those you might have seen on my LinkedIn already, eventhi has been sharing this article. On January 11th, members from the MPP Marijuana Policy Project and the Drug Policy Forum of Hawaii and ACLU of Hawaii spoke at a press conference held at the Capitol in Honolulu. The meeting was prompted by Hawaii Representative Jeanne Capella to announce her cannabis legislation, which will target criminal justice reform and other important considerations. Now, at this event, Capella took the stage. She stated, "We all know, and Hawaii's people know, that it is high time to legalize recreational cannabis use for adults in Hawaii. This year, we stand on the precipice of history," she explained. Following the recommendations of a task force devoted to addressing cannabis policy, we now have a roadmap for legalizing recreational cannabis in our islands. Capella said, referring to a report published by a Hawaii Department of Health Cannabis Task Force in December of 2022. Now, Capella also, she didn't specify a specific timeline for when her bill would actually be proposed, but there was some additional key points that she shared, which is focusing on helping the state's mass incarceration dilemma by issuing a mass expungement program. And it stated social equity people. This is going to be huge for them. One thing to note, previously in March of 2021, the Hawaii Senate approved 2 cannabis reform bills. However, they unfortunately didn't move forward. Now, former Hawaii Governor David H. was not a stark supporter of cannabis and often stated his hesitation because of its federally illegal status. However, he did allow a bill to be passed without his signature in January 2020, which decriminalized cannabis in the state. And the newly elected governor, Josh Green, said in November 2022 that he would actually sign a legalization bill. This would also bring great opportunity, of course, for cannabis tourism, especially for the locals there, where they can tap into building cannabis tourism with tours, retreats, and so much more. So let us know your thoughts on the new announcement with Hawaii. And now we're going to give some data points. Actually, I don't have a slide for that. So come back to my face over here. Hi, everyone. So we wanted to share, with this show, we're also going to give you some industry insights. It could be around the event industry, around the tourism industry. We just want to keep you tapped into what's happening as a whole in those industries, even outside of cannabis. I think that information is going to be vital for event organizers, those in tourism, to know what the kind of data insights and trends are happening in the industry as a whole. So, tourism fact of the month: Florida and Hawaii rank among the top US vacation destinations. So, there was a study which was created by the vacation rental marketplace, FloridaRentals.com, and it was analyzed with Google searches for each state on vacation packages, rentals, and spots to see. Now, the top 5 destinations where people are looking to travel this year is Florida, Hawaii, California, Colorado, and Maine. So again, these hitting in on that Hawaii conversation, definitely a great opportunity for cannabis tourism. Now, we are going to go into our last segment, which is featuring the latest events. And these events are on eventhi. So for those that are unfamiliar, again, my name is Adelia Carrillo. I am the CMO and co-founder of eventhi. And eventhi is an online ticketing platform catering to the cannabis culture. We provide event goers and event organizers and brands with a marketplace where they can find all different types of cannabis events. Now, event organizers can actually publish, promote, and sell tickets and sponsorships for their cannabis-related events compliantly on eventhi. Just a little bit of a fun fact: we are in public beta and we are getting very close to launching V1 of eventhi. So we are very excited. Our team is working very hard behind the scenes, and obviously on the show, we will be sure to announce when that is happening. So let's get back to the featured events on your next experience with eventhi. So the first event we are going to be talking about is called the Cannabis Travel World Fair in 2023. The Cannabis Travel World Fair is on February 7th and 8th. It is a virtual event, and it is hosted by the Cannabis Travel Association International. A little bit about the event. So pack your bags and get ready for 2 days of adventure exploring the growing world of cannabis tourism. Be prepared for a virtual travel experiencing featuring sought after information from the 2023 CTAI Original Cannabis Travel Data Report. They're also going to have fascinating panels and presentations by international industry experts, activations, and simulated travel experiences. So again, this event is hosted by the Cannabis Travel Association. It is virtual, so you can watch it wherever, and it's going to be happening on February 7th through the 8th. Tickets are available on eventhi. The next event is Learn to Grow Herb Beginner Workshop. This is also a virtual class. This is a 1-hour online beginners grow workshop on how to grow your own heavenly herbs. You're going to learn the basics and what you need to know on your grow budget. There's also going to be a Q&A session with following the presentation, and each ticket purchase comes with a Heavenly Herbs Grow Guide to help you start growing your own. So again, this is a virtual event. You can tune in from wherever and start learning how to grow your own cannabis. Again, tickets are available on eventhi for this event to learn more as well. And this is hosted by Heavenly Herbs, and this will actually be this Sunday, January 22nd. So go on eventhi, grab those tickets, and plan for a Sunday day of learning how to grow cannabis. Next up is the Iowa Cannabis Educational Lunch and Learn. So this is a little bit about this event. This is going to be happening on February 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They are inviting community leaders in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, so it's in person, to join them for a cannabis reform lunch. A lunch and learn to continue the conversation about the benefits of cannabis legalization. They're going to be focusing on three main topics, which are medicinal opportunities, social and criminal justice reform, and business opportunities and roadblocks. Now, their guest speakers will be sharing their perspectives on the potential benefits of cannabis legalization, including its medicinal uses, the potential for reducing crime, improving social justice, and the economic benefits of a regulated cannabis industry. They also encourage attendees to listen to these perspectives and engage in open and respectful dialogue. This event is an opportunity for advocates, community members, and decision makers to gather information and gain a deeper understanding of the benefits of cannabis reform. So, with that being said, I think I was a little nervous, you all, and went pretty quickly on my slides and conversations. So we are at the end of this segment. We are looking forward to doing this monthly. Again, we're going to be bringing in special guests throughout, those especially that are in cannabis tourism, events, and travel. We want to keep you educated, informed, and in the know of all things cannabis events and tourism. So with that being said, thank you all again for joining us for our first episode of Your Next Experience with Event High. Again, this is a monthly segment, could have potential to move to bi-weekly if you all are interested. And if anybody has a suggestion or you have a tourist spot that you think we should highlight, be sure to email us. Let us know. We want to talk and highlight all upcoming businesses and professionals in the cannabis event and tourism industry. So we look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you all for joining us. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay high. Bye. Hi, George. Bye, George.